We're going to record in cause number 326336, the state of Texas versus Donald Ray Augustus. Mr. Augustus, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Augustus, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
Okay, Mr. Augustus, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Augustus?
I'm doing fine with yourself.
That's good. I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Augustus, the information states that on or about March 3rd of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, you were charged with the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Augustus, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Augustus, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, you pleading guilty freely
Yes, sir.
and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Augustus, are you pleading guilty because you're actually guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Augustus, I have before me what is marked as State's Exhibit Number 1 is titled to misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, Mr. Augustus, are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this document, Mr. Augustus, is this your signature above the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
I have another document here. This document is titled the Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Mr. Augustus, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is that your signature down here on this document?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me another document, Mr. Augustus. This document is titled the Discovery Certification. Mr. Augustus, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the second line on this document?
Yes, sir.
Says defendant. Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Paget, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections to stage one.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Paget, you've advised and counseled Mr. Augustus. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Augustus, your attorney, Mr. Paget, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Augustus, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I'll also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, and it's for 180 days probated over 1 year probation, a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, and all the other standard DWI conditions for a DWI first.
That is our understanding, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Augustus, the state is offering that you pay a $500 fine plus court costs, which comes to a total of $917. They also offering that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in jail on this case because your fine and fees and costs will be probated over the 1 year period. During this 1 year period, you will also be required to pay a court probation fees of $60, a year analysis fee of $15 per month, and that will come to a total of $160 per month in installments. Now, would you be able to pay that amount over the probationary period?
Yes, sir.
Now, there may be, you will also be required to make an issuance, a DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea, and if needed, you will be required to pay $50 if it was further evaluation is needed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And would you be able to pay that?
When?
Would you be able to pay that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, You also be required to perform 60 hours of community service and attend the DWI education course as well as the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Please stand over here, talk to follow the instructions of our clerk and Mr. Augustus